Boys, y'all don't want to see this. Y'all don't want to see what we're about to do right here. Oh my, dude, I can't get over how cool this weapon is. I did not think this weapon was going to be as cool as it is. YouTube, we are back with another video. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we are building what is potentially one of our last incarnate weapons in the game. This weapon is known as the Ack and Brunt incarnate. Now, I will say, in terms of the incarnates, how I said that's my last one, we still have the Despair, but we don't actually have a Despair like in our inventory, or I would have already built this ages ago. But other than that, and maybe a couple of the Gen 1 incarnates. Let me talk to Cav real quick. I think we built every single. We haven't built the Indonum or the Praetos. I think that's everything. But the Ack and Brunt, other than the Despair, is going to be the last of all of the Deviri incarnates that we have done. And it has been a really, really long journey. And just honestly, such a beautiful series. And the Thalys, that's true. Very true. We got to do the Thalys as well. But we're getting to the end of it. I know nothing about the Ack and Brunt, but I have heard that this is the worst incarnate in the entire game. But, oh, it's got a shield? It's got a shield with like a hand. This is giving me like a Thor vibe. Hold up. This actually looks crazy. This is giving me a huge Thor vibe. Like whenever Thor picks up Captain America's shield in Endgame, and he has his hammer, like the hammer in the right hand and the shield in the left. Oh, that's sick. Okay. Also, I got to give a huge shout out to my boy Google over here on the Twitch. Reason being is he gave us the platinum in order to pay for the Ack and Brunt incarnate so we could actually use this. So, shout out to him. Before we get into the build, YouTube, if you want to see things, this is live. We're live Sunday through Thursday at 8 to 12 p.m. EST. First link in the description will take y'all to Twitch. Me and Thacker would love to have y'all over here. But let's go ahead and get into the video. Wait, did I mean Captain? That's probably what I meant. Hold up. Chat, what y'all think? Am I looking like a snack today or what? Ew, ew. Sorry. Okay. Let's go. So, we'll go ahead and throw on a potato on here. 49 potatoes. We have infinite potatoes. Shout out to the Thack Pack for all the generous gifts, man. Go ahead and go with the Forma as well. We're going to put a Y polarity on right here because we know we're going to get around to using that. The 11th Storm is a sword and shield. We'll put that up there too. That's going to give us a 10 extra polarity. We'll get our stance mod. These stats look weird on the left side, though. Let's see. It says blocking angle. While in hand, melee weapons block incoming attacks with a 70-degree cone. Blocking is centered around the current point of aim. I did not know that shields like genuinely block what you're doing. Let's see. Crit chance, 20% chance off of base. That is a super good crit chance for a melee weapon, I would say. 3-point times crit damage multiplier. Honestly, a super high crit damage multiplier as well, considering that usually these incarnates will eventually stack up crit chance and crit damage. 10% status. Pretty suboptimal, but like I said, there's a good chance that this does come into play in the incarnate. At least it has slash effect, and it's not primarily an impact or puncture, so that's okay. Heavy attack does a little bit of extra damage, so no unique. Wait, it says unique trait. Blocking absorbs up to 4 hits of elemental damage and applies 11.7% of that damage to the next attack. So it absorbs. This is giving me like a Black Panther vibe, where like when you punch Black Panther or he gets shot, it builds up kinetic energy inside his like armor set, and it like explodes back at him. You see what I'm saying? First thing that we're gonna put on right now, galvanized steel. Crit chance, crit damage, you know the vibes. Now we'll go prime pressure point too. We'll go prime pressure point for base damage. Honestly, we'll go prime reach, but let's put that on. This looks like it's gonna be a slow weapon to swing, so I'm gonna go Berserker Fury. As we get kills, we're gonna get extra melee. And by the way, none of this is guaranteed to stick. This is just like a build that I'm just gonna throw together so we can at least do a little bit of damage for the beginning. We'll go ahead and put on a melee arcane adapter. We got galvanized steel, so we'll go organ shatter right here so we get our crit damage up to a 5 multiplier. It's really good. Let's go magnet. I love the magnetic mods. We'll get some magnetic on here for the time being for extra attack speed, and then we'll just go 160-60 mod, and that should do us fine. We'll do like a toxin on it. This should do us good for the Thack influence is meta here. Yo, influence is always meta, bruh. Boop loop. Influence is always meta. Tell me when influence is not meta. Just to point that out. We know influence is meta. What could we use other than melee influence though? Try afflictions. I've tried afflictions before. Enemies affected by status effects gain 6 additional stacks when they're knocked down or flung going by melees. Dude, I don't like this one. I don't like this one. I don't like it. I think I'll go melee exposure for the time being, though. We'll go melee exposure for the time being. We'll go magnetic back. AoE, Afflictions has infinite damage scaling. Ooh, that sounds good. I've never been a big fan of Afflictions. I've tried Afflictions on a couple of different builds, like the sand potatoes. I remember people were like swearing it was the best thing ever, and I just didn't like it too much. Oh, we didn't even install the Incarnate, did we? Here we go. Upgrade. Are you sure you want to install the Incarnate Genesis on the Ack and Brunt? Yes, sir. Evolution 2. Complete a solo mission with the Ack and Brunt equipped. Oh, that was so cool. Let's see who knows Warframe well. Which boss has Ack and Brunt in the boss fight? No one say it. No one say it. I know the answer to that. It's the one that drops Frost, right? The one that drops Frost? I don't know name. No? Okay, sorry. Forgive me. Nope. Okay. Who is it? Dude, look at this thing. Okay, look at this thing. Look at this thing. Oh, this looks so cool. Okay, so off rip, not hitting for crazy damage. Now, when we activate Rhino, it should be doing a good little bit more. Yeah, when we put on Roar. We knew when we put on Roar it was going to do more, though. Well, we got the Incarnate built up really quickly, which means our weapon's really not doing a ton of damage. It's throwing out an orange or a green projectile, though, randomly. This looks very weak right now. I got to be honest. We're not hitting for any kind of crazy damage. Even for stack and combo, and we have Roar on right now too. We can't judge it until we get all the forms. We know this. We've been here a time or two. Look at that, 100,000 right there. Okay, now it's kind of hitting like a little harder. I don't know what we did differently, but now it's kind of like hitting. That's why I suggested Affliction. This thing is a single target monster. Yeah, it is flinging them around too. Kind of cool how it just shoot. Oh, look, it throws the axe. It literally throws the axe. That's what it's doing. Oh, Final Harbinger. Where do I get? Can someone pick me up a Final Harbinger while we're recording this? Or does anyone have an extra one? That's not doing terrible damage. Well, we got our first solo mission done. Evolution 2. Increase base damage by plus 150. With armor over 450, 70% attack melee. No, probably not. Oh, yeah, this is what we'll do. Increase base damage by plus 150. On shield break. 300% combo count chance while blocking for 11 seconds. I don't run anyone that usually has that much armor, so we're just going to go ahead and say no on that. I don't like that. So we're just going to go with this. Same amount of base damage, different abilities. So we'll go with the Evolution 2 right here. It says Evolution 3. Activate this weapon's Incarnate form 6 times in a mission. That one's gonna be really simple because we're just gonna go throw our life a couple times on a random mission. Oh, when you're blocking, it gives you like a new like style of melee. So when you're doing this, it's just using your axe. But when you hold the block button, you like lunge at them forward. Oh, that's perfect that we went down right there. Oh, that's so cool. This is so sick. Bro said that's usually how stances work. That yo. Kevin Durant over on TikTok, dude, didn't ask for your input. Listen, just because I have so much more hours than you doesn't mean I know as much as you, buddy. Freaking Kevin Durant over on TikTok. Bro said you know I'm right. No, dude, I just acknowledged that you're right. That was so quick. Activate this weapon in Incarnate form 6 times in 1 mission completed. Are you letting yourself die? Yes. So if you can't unequip the Incarnate whenever you're doing that challenge, just a little hint, a little tip, like you can on a rifle or pistol. So if you just let yourself die and then respawn, you can activate that 6 times in the mission. So all you have to do is activate for that challenge, nothing else. Just a little trick. Evolution 3, 0.7 range. Okay. Abiding hold. Combo timer pauses when weapon is holstered. 70% heavy attack wind-up speed. These all seem really good. Here, 0.7 is huge, not for sure, though. I thought 0.7 was way bigger than needed. I would say 0.7 is too much. I would say 0.7 is way more than enough, you know? That's what I think. 0.7 is huge. I just think you don't need more than 0.7 in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Huh? 0.2 is enough. I'd say more than enough. Hit me up in the dojo for the stance. Take it or leave it. Let's see. Zane said he's got us right here. Ooh. Final Harbinger. Let's go. W Zane, appreciate you, brother. W's in the chat for my boy Zane. Final Harbinger. Here she is. So we got the optimal stance mod now. What do we actually go right here? I don't think I'm building this around heavy attacks right now. I think I'm just building this around normal attacks. So we'll just keep the 0.7 range on there. Reach 10 times combo multiplier 10 times. Okay, let's do it. 10 times. This challenge is super easy, by the way. We'll just go to Titan. This challenge is so easy. You just gotta spam your heavy attacks, basically. I've never really built around afflictions either. So yeah, we gotta try that out. We have got to try that out. We're actually shredding right now. Reach 10 times combo multiplier 10 time. Thack, when a rework comes around, do you care if the rework supports the theme of the Warframe and it's creative, or do you just care about the damage? No. If they're gonna make a rework centered around a particular Warframe, it needs to be the same style of fix-upgrade. Like, they don't need to like kind of scrape an ability from one Warframe and kind of scrape it onto another Warframe, because that's what we got the helmet for. It does need to fall in line with like the same type of style that you have. And I feel like with the Oberon rework, they literally just scraped like the Revenant stacks Mesmer skin and like halved it and made it a passive. Low key, I think that's exactly what they did, and it didn't really fit like the Oberon as much as it should have. Final evolution, evolution 4. On kill, 50% chance for primary and secondary weapons to instantly reload. Absolute Valor, increase base crit chance by plus 17%. That's crazy. And then we have a plus 9% with each of these. So we're not going to do the first one. It's either base crit chance plus 17, which is insane, by the way. Huge upgrade. No Riven is diabolical. Yo, buddy, we haven't even finished getting the evolutions to get a Riven. Hey, if you've ever watched a Thack stream, Lonely No More, over on TikTok, you know I have literally every single Incarnate weapon has a Riven for me. Every one of them. You think I'm trolling? You think I'm trolling? No Riven is diabolical, he said. Yo, buddy, yo, no Riven's diabolical. Look at my Riven collections. Just look at my Riven collection real quick, pal. Every one of them. You name the Incarnate, I have a Riven for it, bro. My Riven collection goes deep, dog. Worth more than your entire... My Riven collection's worth more than your entire account. Sorry, guys. I get mad at TikTok viewers. Sorry. I had to flex on a TikTok viewer. Sorry. TikTok viewers and all that. Dude, I just can't stand TikTok viewers. Thack, what's the stats on the Mitre Riven? I don't know. It's pretty good, though. Sestra? Definitely have a Sestra Riven. Dude, I have a God Roll Sestra Riven. What'd I say? My Sestra Riven's, like, disgusting. Look at this. Minus puncture, plus crit chance, crit damage, minus puncture.
Not a full booty, not a full blue booty like on the 661 scar pattern. Blue mag has a little bit more blue than the 661, but this pattern is also really...
Do you want your Ack and Brunt to be sufficient or reliant on a Warframe? I want my gameplay based off of like one Warframe. No. Because if that was the case, then I could use Kalerbo and just melee demon, you know? Or Valk or anything. I'm thinking we go... Because obviously the base crit chance would be good. But if we... And we're going to get a Riven too. We're going to get a Riven with this. So more than likely we're going to get crit chance anyways. We're going to be hitting guaranteed yellow or orange once we put on... Where's she at? Think, Brian. Think. Right here. Once we put on Blood Rush. When we put on Blood Rush, we're going to have no issue at all. Let's see. Let's look for an Ack and Brunt Riven. Actually, let's ask trade chat first. We're going to ask trade chat. Because sometimes trade chat has some of the craziest deals. Want to buy Ack and Brunt Riven? Hit me up. Give it a second. Yo, everyone in the chat. I know Elite's over there on the TikTok, but hey, he came through with the free Riven. Can we get some W's in the chat for my boy Elite, man? Can we get some W's in the chat for this brother so we can roll this Riven? Let's go, man. I appreciate you, Elite, from the bottom of my heart, brother. Thank you for that. Let's go.
Baba Booey.
Wiggins with a follow. Yeah, boys, we be farming arbitrations. Arbitration is my favorite farm in the whole game. Let's go. We got 150,000 Kuva. Let's roll, chat. Dude. This was almost so tough. Negative. Oh my gosh, this was so tough at this point. What am I genuinely witnessing? What am I witnessing? What is happening? We have pulled 2 God Roll melee influences, just so you all know. Roll number, wait, oh no. No, we're getting, don't get greedy. Dude, there ain't nothing greedy about that. How about you just get committed, buddy? First, I'll sell you God Roll for 3K. Yeah, you can lick the bottom of my shoe, pal. I'm not spending 3K on this. Quit playing with me. Okay, let's just keep this. We're good. Melee damage, crit chance. Everyone go to Saturn Chronia Relay number 3. Be there or be square. We're blessing up the relay right now. Everyone in chat, Chronia Relay 3. Let's go. YouTube, if y'all made it to this point of the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Comment what your favorite Incarnate weapon is and why. And I will gift one person in the comment section anything they want from the item shop, 200 plat or below. You just gotta make sure to like and comment and sub. Thank you all so much for your support. Let's hit 16,000 subscribers. Also, one more thing, if y'all want to stay up to date with the best Warframe community in the entire game, highly recommend you join the Discord. Second link in the description. We got all things over here arbitration related. We got arbitration alerts that tell you when the best arbitrations are out, post game things where people just like to flex their loot. We got cascade alerts. We got when the best cascades are out. We got fashion frame. We got Warframe builds. We got it all Warframe related material over here. Would greatly appreciate y'all. Get over here and get up into the Discord. I need 3 levelers, 3 people that can level for me. Banemon is non-negotiable. This looks like the build, chat. This is a pretty expensive one. 6 formas. Okay, W, Boopaloop, WJ, W, Bunny It, Tax. Can we get some W's for these brothers for leveling us today? So we're gonna want to build up as much combo as we possibly can right here. I didn't realize that the skin would change how the melee looks. 7 milli. Oh my, dude, this, I can't get over how cool this weapon is. When we have 12 combos, we're hitting basically straight red crits. I mean, every build that we make is I don't care to make high investment. The point of like doing these videos and the point of everyone that's gifted formas and like Orc and Catalyst is so we can see what a max build of weapons does. That's why like fully investing into these builds doesn't make me feel any type of way. And admittedly, we could be doing way more damage right now. We don't even have crit, chat. We don't even have crit damage. We don't even have like crit damage shards on right now. We don't have purple crit damage shards. So let's go over the build real quick because this is not a stereotypical build. I would say this is definitely different than like your basic cookie cutter melee influence build. So we got melee afflictions. Enemies affected by status effects gain 6 additional stacks when they're knocked down or flung by melee attacks. Apparently hammers in particular are very good for knocking down enemies. Shout out to Josh, by the way, basically showing us how good melee afflictions can be. I've heard from multiple people, but he helped with the build a lot on this video, so gotta give him props. Galvanized Steel is pretty self-explanatory. Crit chance, crit damage. Galvanized Elementalist, since we're gonna be proccing those extra stacks from melee afflictions. It's kind of why we got that status damage on here. We're gonna want status damage because it's a status damage based weapon. We got our Riven right here with pure melee damage and crit chance, so we don't even have to run pressure point. Primed Reach for extra range. We got Berserker Fury for more attack speed, as much attack speed as possible, basically. Prime Grineer, because Bane mods are super important when it comes to doing status effects. When you're doing status effects, you want to be able to proc as much damage as possible off of those status effects. So Prime mods are always good. The faction mods are always really good. Blood Rush, because as we build combo, it's going to give us more crit chance until we're hitting straight red crits. This, partnered up with this, partnered up with this, all three together make the build come real good. Organ Shatter for final crit damage. Multiple different combos that y'all can have for this loadout. This is the loadout that I'm going to run right here. I like it quite a bit. But as Josh says over here, and as that other people have said too, status duration is something that you can also throw on. If you have a max status duration, you can also swap that in and out for the longer they stay inflicted, so it can help out like that. Apparently this is very important too, the final harbinger of the stance mod if you do this. YouTube family, y'all have to let me know what y'all think about this. Is this a W or L build? I love you guys so much, and I will see you all in the next video.